Retro Hangover is supported via Patreon by listeners like you. We would especially like to thank patrons Lyle McCarns, Tony G, It's a Me Ferrario, Stud Still Smash the Milkman, Lucas from Game Over Hell, Randall Quiggle, Raging Demon from Command List, Poppy the Masked Keaton, JC, Ozzy Garcia, Megan Caruso, Retro Overdrive, Dave Jackson from Tales from the Backlog, Soha, the Emperor, Storm Beagle, and Captain N from Retrotopia, Matt, aka Stormageddon, from Fun and Games and Reignite Podcasts, Van Fernal from Van Fernal's Retro Stream, Ryan, Keith Gasper from the Main Quest Podcast, Rick Firestone from Pixel Project Radio, Eric Guess from Unlockables, Ash Event, Mike the Ref from Backbreaker Gaming, Alan Bingham from Saxbit, Alt, Low5 Alex from Low5 Gaming, B Ross from Super Garbage Day, Oh Me, Sega Boy 7, Jared Breland, Riskel, Adam R, and Super Dave from the Anime Field Guide. Your continued engagement and generous donations are deeply appreciated. Welcome to The Flight, a consumable curation of champions and catastrophes that is considerate of your chronometer. Well, at least most of the time. It is myself, Chris Copleen of the Retro Hangover podcast, but you already knew that. Much like you know your host, who is always ready to rise to the occasion, to just solidly approach the hardest of tasks. He is someone who will just masticate food to swallow it, as most people do. He is Shane, the Dick Dragon Cell Tear. Shane, how are you doing today?
Well, let me tell you, I just got back from the gas station and bought a bunch of really sketchy looking pills with Chinese writing on the back of it. I'm ready to go.
You went to the gas station? I just went to AliExpress.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
I went to Buc-ee's with a K.
Yep, but the Buc-ee's boner pills.
Yes, because we all know that when it comes to Buc-ee's, we love the beaver.
We do. We
do love the beaver.
People make a point of rubbing the beaver when they go in and out.
Yeah. You know, I've never been to Buc-ee's.
That is surprising.
I have involuntarily celebrated Buc-ee's. You could call me a Buc-ee's incel.
You've involuntarily remained celibate from the Buc-ee's experience. So
no, I said celebratory. Who said anything about celibacy?
I don't know.
That's not what incel stands for. Involuntarily celebratory.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I'm a beaver incel.
So what are we talking about?
Games that give us the cure to erectile dysfunction.
Oh, good.
I need to find out who gave us this
I was just
topic.
about to ask who is the person that graced us with this topic?
Oh, of course. The patron we have to thank for the topic of top. It's supposed to be gaming characters, but we did just the top 5 games. Now I have to add gaming characters. This is going to have to be games. I put games to cures, gaming characters. But the person who gave us this topic, graced us with this topic, is no other than Backlog Adam, formerly of The Good, the Bad, and the Backlog.
I am shocked. Of
course it's him. Oh, boy. And you know what, everybody? I'm just going to give you, just so you have a breath of relief, I do not use Reddit, so Pragmata will not be on this list.
Oh boy. Shane, who went first last time? Is that the top? Is that a way to phrase this for erectile dysfunction? Who went first?
I genuinely do not remember, but you know what? I feel like you know what? You can take.
I go first?
Yeah, you can take this one. That's fine. Why don't you start off the list?
So gracious.
I'm a generous lover.
Number 5.
Right, my number. By the way, I'm going complete pig man on this. I am going to be completely chauvinistic, maybe a little misogynistic. I really don't give a shit if you don't like the fact of my list and how I'm talking about things. You know, this is not the episode where you can yell at me and say we should be fighting the patriarchy. I really don't say that anyway. I am going to be disgusting on this episode. Well, more disgusting than usual when it comes to these topics. I don't think I'm going to go full-throated disgusting. I don't know yet. We'll find out. Warning to all of you listening. I am a straight man and I love naked women. So my number 5 is Stellar Blade. I have not played Stellar Blade. I have just watched people play Stellar Blade. That's enough. The jiggle physics in this game are incredible. Looking at just some of the way the boobs bounce and how they look oh so good, oh so realistic, not like Dead or Alive where they're cartoonishly like bouncing up and down like a goddamn spring-loaded slinky. No, Stellar Blade has attention to detail and realism in there. I just watched like a GIF of this game, and that's enough to make me happy. And I do need to play the game. I need to get around to it, especially now there's a PlayStation 5 in the house. I made sure that my 17-year-old son has access to it and can play Stellar Blade. What could go wrong? Probably don't want to use the couch after he's done playing it. But that ass, that right behind playing that, oh my God. That's enough to make me happy. So my number 5 is going to be Stellar Blade.
I would sanitize those controllers afterwards too.
I mean, always.
Well, I made a point of choosing games that I have in fact played, because then at least I know for certain that they have the, I'm going to go with intended effect, because let's be real, like I think that's the purpose of a lot of these designs. But I am going to start off my list on probably, at least like comparatively, a tamer note. But I'm going to go with the Shantae series, just the whole, all of them, the whole thing. Like they're thirsty cartoons. Let's be real. And I mean, I dig it. I like Shantae's character, design. I think I'm being honest, I'm more of a Risky Boots kind of guy, but that's fine. But yeah, not really a whole lot to say. Like, part of the whole mechanic of most of those games is you have Shantae do a little genie dance, and she do be jiggling around and shaking that butt, and it's definitely very fancy. I mean, shit, man, even the crawling animation, like when you have to like duck to like move under stuff, is just her like more or less in the doggy position, just like shimmying her ass. So I mean, we know what's up here. We know what's going on. Of course we do.
Her ass and my dick.
Exactly. Thank you for clarifying that, Chris. I appreciate that.
Number 4.
My number 4 is also a game I haven't played and just watched my son play copious amounts of. And I know why he plays this game, because it would be the same reason I play this game. It's a multiplayer game. I think it's free to play. So there's easy access, Shane. And when it comes to curing erectile dysfunction, that easy access is something that I'm sure that we deeply appreciate. It's Marvel Rivals.
Ah, yes.
I have not seen so many caked up asses in my life. It has given me a whole new appreciation for the Marvel universe. I have become a female superhero fan, mega fan, after seeing this game in action. I don't know what any of the characters' faces look like, but I can tell you that the character designs are impeccable. They are just beyond belief. They will make any single red-blooded man rise to attention and rise to the occasion. to take out another team of thoughts. I just cannot, it's a thought army. We all love them. We appreciate them. I don't use that as a pejorative. I love my thoughts. I have precious thoughts, and we all need to respect our caked up superheroes. Oh, blends everything together. Childhood comic book series. I mean, of course they're adults. I need to watch how I say that. And caked up butts. It's perfect. Marvel Rivals. Anyone can get in.
All right. Well, my number 4 is, I guess, technically a little bit of a deep cut. Just because I don't.
Is it now?
Yeah. It goes pretty deep in there.
A pretty deep gash.
Yep. And just because I don't think, if you're in the gaming sphere, like if you're listening to this show, you probably are aware of this game, but like it never had quite the let's say market penetration that a lot of the other games that we'll probably talk about today had. So with that being said, my number 4 is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
Oh,
yes. I mean, if you know anything about Vampire the Masquerade or just like vampire sort of like subculture, you know that it is so horny. And this game is no exception. It definitely leans very much into that aspect of the role-playing game, and you absolutely can romance and then get busy with some of the characters in the game. I think it is somewhat limited to who you can like 100% like get down with the sickness with. But the character, I can't recall her name now, but the one that's on literally the cover art, like on the box, the one with like the pigtails, who looks like a vampire version of Harley Quinn almost.
Oh,
that one you 100% can, and she's in a little skimpy schoolgirl outfit, and it's a whole thing. So there's that. And yeah, it's also just a really great game. It's jank as fuck, but I think that's part of its legacy at this point. But it absolutely leans into that like very sensual, like Anne Rice, horny undead thing, and it is very unabashed about it.
You know what? I have to say that Interview with the Vampire the movie. That's a very horny, sexy movie.
It is. Yes. 100%.
Everyone's attractive in that movie.
That is true.
Yes.
That is true.
Number 3.
Right. My next one is definitely a deep cut. Shane will have no idea what this game is. Fan of the show, friend of the show, I should more accurately say. Keith Gasper knows what this game is. He loves this as a game, and I know why he appreciates this game, because he is a fan of Waifu Discovered 2. Or I am as well, but I think Waifu Discovered 2 is too horny. I think there's that line. Like it goes from being suggestive to just being all in your face, and sometimes you need the ambiguity. You need the tease. And this game provides plenty of that. And that is Steam Hearts. It is a shooter. It is a shoot 'em up that first started on the PC 98 and then made its way to the PC Engine and then made its way to the Sega Saturn. And it was censored in like every single sequential release. But when I tell you this game is horny, it is horny. And I didn't know what was going on. And actually, when I tell the plot, you'll probably all think I'm insane for even having it on this list. I found out afterwards, okay, what the plot was. But let me describe how it is when you don't know what the plot is. You get through and you finish a level, and all of a sudden you and another character, your protagonist and your friend that is a girl, go to the boss, and the boss gets naked, and apparently you fuck the boss. And it's a very kind of taboo kind of sex game that you would never anticipate, but because it's actually a good shooter. It's not a bad game. Now, what is the plot? This is where it gets creepy. I mean, it was already kind of creepy the way I described it anyway. I'm not going to lie about that. It can be disturbing. The plot of the game is that a disease has infected the universe, and all of the bosses have been infected by this disease. And the only way to cure them is if your protagonist provides them the cure. What is the cure? The protagonist semen. No, not just dick. The semen has to be inseminated. Yes. So you have to go find the bosses and cure them with your cum.
Jesus.
That is the plot of Steam Hearts. It has an apostrophe after the S, so you know it's serious. It is a very Japanese game. And you know what? After describing it, if you don't want to play that, I don't blame you. But I think it's super horny. And they're kind of like furry characters, if I remember correctly. Let me go take a look at this. There's some furry elements here, too. Look at the art. As you can all see it right now. Steam Hearts. No, there's no furry anything. Never mind. Sorry to disappoint some of you. A little bit. Oh, there is a little bit of furry here. Yes, there is. Okay. There's some animalistic drawings here. Yep, that's one of Steam Hearts. It's a sex game. It's a little bit more mainstream. You can buy Steam Hearts for your PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch today if you wanted to.
I mean, I assume it's a censored version, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
Even censored from the Saturn version, which was censored. Even more. Don't come after me. Don't hate me. I'm just describing the game. It gave me a boner before I knew what was going on. Even then, it's questionable. Anyway, Shane, how about you go next?
That was your number 3, huh? All right.
That's my number 3.
Can't imagine where we're going from here. Well, my number 3 is 3 games, actually, because it's the whole series of The Witcher. All the games. All the Witcher games. I mean, like, right off the bat, you know, it's just like you get trading cards for all the girls that you fuck. Like it's so it does not care. It's just like, yep, he is the Witcher. He do be a mercenary and also a womanizer, and because of the like process to become a Witcher makes them sterile, so he can fuck with wild abandon and not care about any, you know, alimony payments, child support, none of that business, you know. So he just kind of humps his way through every single village that you go through. So he's slaying monsters and then slaying puss, and that is basically Geralt of Rivia's entire life, more or less.
Toss a coin to your Witcher.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, Valley of Plenty.
Dude, he's been in several valleys of plenty, let me tell you what. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just like, it is a significant part of that game series, and it's, you know, it has no qualms with just going all in on it.
All in.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just diving right in there.
Number 2.
Speaking of all in, we're our number 2, so we're balls deep into this topic. My number 2 might confuse some people because they think it's very queer coded. I don't think it's queer coded. But if you are queer and you like this game as a queer coded game, and I have asked, why is it considered to be queer coded? And they said that the protagonist looks like a drag queen. I can see it, but I don't take it that way. And that's Bayonetta. I don't know. I just think the fact that knowing the entire time she's naked under her suit, which I mean technically everyone is, but it's like a suit made of hair, and she uses that to like defeat her enemies, and sometimes it does a little strip tease. And I remember the first time I'm seeing that, I'm like, I wonder if I can get a good angle. Maybe they're going to show something. You know, they never will. But it's just that the tease. I might see a nip slip. I might see, you know, some of the roast beef pop out from underneath there. It's going to be exciting and titillating, and
it's like
man,
Arby's.
she's so hot and everything is so sexy and everything like that. And now I have, you know, I ask a gay guy, why does the gay community love Bayonetta so much? And it's like, because she looks like a drag queen. I'm like, no. I mean, she might. But I think Bayonetta's hot. I think the game is sexy. I think it delivers a sexy atmosphere. And I just love it. And everything about it just gives me a nice, firm, rubbery one. the whole way through. The S&M themes that prevail through the entire affair. Oh my God. It's like she's wearing a leather outfit too. Dude. Oh, give me more Bayonetta. I love it.
That was on my list, like up until the 11th hour. So I tend to agree with you on that point.
Didn't go completely from 6 to noon on that, huh? Just to 11.
Yep. Almost
Yeah.
there. But my number 2 is basically just a game developer, I think. But my number 2 is Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail or literally any game that MiHoYo makes. Basically, they're all incredibly fan servicey on both sides. You know, I mean, a lot / pretty much all of the male characters that you can play in your party are also very attractively modeled on purpose. And so because there are so many different characters in these games, they really do have the opportunity to appeal to pretty much everybody, and they do. It's a good business tactic, if for nothing else. But yeah, there's, apart from the fact that like when I was playing these games, you know, obviously you want to try to compose your party of characters that synergize well together and that are stronger relatively to the others in like a tier list sort of fashion, if you want to keep up with like the meta and whatever. But I would be lying if I did not say that I only included male characters in my party if they were like absolutely like unequivocally better as a character from like a pure mechanic standpoint than any of the others. Because if not, if I could rationalize it, I would absolutely 100% always have my entire party just be all female characters for perhaps obvious reasons.
Of course.
Yeah. But a lot of really
You're
great
about female empowerment.
I am, you know, and
Ultimate feminist.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just there. I'm there to support in any way that I can, you know, just trying to lighten those loads for you.
I'm trying to increase the loads, but I will say, like, voluntarily speaking, I mean, if you know what, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to stop myself. I am stopping myself. Oh boy.
Number 1.
My number 1 is Earth Defense Force 2017. I love killing insects. Kill. I love just cheesy camp, just arm myself up with a bazooka and just fire them at a wave of giant insect aliens invading a city, and the explosions and the death and the camp and the bad voice acting and the shitty graphics and the slow frame rate and just going all over like Tokyo and blowing shit up and like alien spacecrafts and homing missiles and fucking automatic rifles and shit. It's fucking amazing. EDF. It's going to be EDF. What more do you want? You're killing bugs. Waves and waves and waves and waves of bugs. It's like the ultimate Muso, except it's insects and giant explosions. We don't got no time for Lu Bu to go ahead and attack with this fucking whatever it is, scythe, spear, weapon. It probably has a name. I don't know what the fuck it is. I want to blow shit up. And sometimes I just don't want to be a robot like a fucking Gundam. I want to be a regular soldier with a fucking bazooka strapped to my shoulder and just like fucking fire away at everything that comes my way without having to think about things, blow up buildings and have a great time with it while people scream and I get shot at by like acid goo and just trying to survive and picking up weapons and shit. Earth Defense Force 2017 is the most boner-inducing game of all time. Fuck the bugs, save the Earth, EDF, baby. Fuck yes.
All right. I don't know if I can follow that up, but I will definitely try. So I guess actually, now that I think of it, I think this is even more of a deep cut than Vampire the Masquerade, now that I'm thinking about it. But my number 1 is Vindictus.
Never heard of it.
Yeah. Does anybody know Vindictus? Yeah. So this is something that I've played on and off for a long time now, actually. It's an online game. It's technically, I wouldn't call it an MMO, but it's structured in sort of like a, hub areas that are shared amongst everybody that's online, and then the actual like dungeons, for lack of a better term, like those are all instanced to yourself or your party, kind of a deal. Like that sort of hub and spoke setup, like Guild Wars ish. But it's actually a part of the reason that I kept going back to it is because the gameplay is really, really good. Like it's very satisfying. It's super fast, like third person behind the shoulder sort of like action combat. It's sort of set in like this, alternate sort of like feudal Japan kind of setting. So you have a lot of like martial arts style characters with a bunch of different like weapons of that era and things like that. The closest thing that I could compare it to that probably would get people to understand like what I'm trying to say is that it's essentially like feudal Japan Warframe. Like it feels like that, like how like fluid Warframe is to play. It's basically that. So the game on its own is really, really good. I mean, the monetization and stuff sucks because it's like a free-to-play game by fucking Nexon, and we all know how that is. But the reason it's on this list and on my number one is because it is absolutely one of the most straight-up fan servicey games in the world, because it is super high res. It's using Unreal Engine, and all of the jiggle physics are present and accounted for. And just even the default character skins are like, they're pretty good. But then there's a lot of, obviously like purchasable skins and special ones that you can get in the shop or like from events or whatever. And I haven't played in a few years now at this point, but I've gathered that apparently they've been pushing the envelope with that one such that like some of the special skins you can get are almost just straight up nudity at this point. Apparently,
as they should be.
But yeah, they are not afraid to just put like the skimpiest shit in there because they know people will absolutely buy it. And when you've got a character that's just sort of like frickin' doing somersaults and ninja flipping around, and it is let me just say it's a sight to behold. It definitely is. And they make full use of that physics engine, I assure you.
When physics used to be spelled PHYSX.
That's right.
Yes. The only way you should spell physics.
Because it's extreme.
Extreme. I think we're done.
I think we are. I think I've finished.
Yes. We finished all over this audio stream. We didn't even last 30 minutes, Shane.
I mean, hey, that it's so, it's overrated.
It's better than 2. They should be thanking us.
Listen, you don't want to go for too long, then it gets, starts to get boring. You start wondering, what else do I got to do today? This is really just dragging on,
Mm-hmm.
I think
Dick Dragon.
Yeah. 30 minutes is a good amount of time. You get where you need to go. It's fun for all involved. Then you move on.
For a while there, it did not sound like it was fun for all involved, Shane.
Whatever do you mean?
It's time to wrap the show up. Unlike me, I never. But
you never what, Chris?
Thank you, Backlog Adam, for providing this topic to us today. We couldn't have done this without you, and we couldn't have done this without our patrons who voted for this topic. So if you want to be part of the degeneracy that is the Retro Hangover podcast and the flight episodes, go ahead and join our Patreon for as little as $1 a month and head over to our Discord where you can nominate topics in the top 5 suggestions and vote on those nominations. I try to get one out once a month over on the Patreon proper. So thanks to all of you. Other than that, Shane, what is the standard shill?
Yes. Well, If you weren't completely disgusted by this episode and you'd like to stick around and hear more of what we have to say, varying degrees of offensiveness, I'm sure, then, take that chance and check out our link tree at linktr.ee/retro hangover, where you will find not only this main feed of the show, but the aforementioned Patreon, as well as the merch store, and our open and public and free to join Discord server, which is always poppin'. It is a good time. We have a bunch of great people in there. So you're missing out if you're not hopping in and having fun participating in the discussions. And let's see what else we got. We got a YouTube. We got a Twitch stream.
Yes.
That Chris now just sort of randomly foists upon the world whenever he is so inclined. So,
Whenever I want to.
Yeah, keep an eye out for those notifications, and you never know when a stream is going to just hit you right in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it, I think. So unless Chris has got anything else, I think we might be done here.
So really quick, I've been putting this out on the stream. I've been putting it out for the past couple months. Our Final Fantasy V 4 Job Fiesta will be out, I think, a week from the time that, it will start about a week from the time that this episode premieres. So if you're listening to this in the future, know that this is the week before the 2026 4 Job Fiesta started, and I will be streaming that to the best of my ability, and it will also be in conjunction with a fundraiser for a charity that I'm looking to get off the ground, looking for options. I think I found one I'm going to be pretty happy with. So just everyone, if you're looking to contribute, I'm going to be posting links in the Discord. I think I'm going to try and get them out on these social medias. And as I've repeatedly said, I will match up to $500 of what people donate for the charity. Is going to be going to the Children's Center of the Visually Impaired. And that will be in conjunction with the Final Fantasy V 4 Job Fiesta for 2026. I am committed to it. Last year I wasn't able to do it, so this year I thought I was going to go big. Join me for that. Subscribe to Twitch. That's where I'm going to be able to read all the comments and whatnot. If you want to, you can subscribe to YouTube as well. Please just follow us on both. It would be greatly appreciated. And just stay tuned and keep your eyes and ears peeled for that streaming adventure with me. I look forward to having a great time this year. And so please join me for that. That's all I have. Shane, back to you.
Wonderful. Well, I guess until the next flight.
Play with your We Could Have Talked About People with Bare Feet joysticks.